I'll never forget the day he walked in that door for the very first time.
Jennifer used to work at a jewelry store, and I just happened to be in there one day buying a gift for my daughter. I felt it was important as a father to show his daughter how a man should treat a woman.
We ended up getting into a lot of deep psychological conversations very quickly about relationships and about people in general, just over top of the jewelry counter. Me having an instant connection with him, I knew he was something different. I knew he was something special. And I remember whenever he walked out the door, I was like, you look an awful lot like my next husband. And that scared me a lot because I'd been through so much already. I was an easy target. I was an easy victim. It started out where he was just a friend. My husband had passed away and I lived in subsidized apartments. I was very, very poor. I had basically nothing and 3 little kids. Within a few months, I wasn't allowed to talk about my husband who had passed away. I wasn't allowed to mourn him anymore. As time went on, he became more and more aggressive. I have a broken bathroom door. I have nicks in my walls from silverware and dishes being thrown. I wanted to get out from very early on in the relationship. He said he would be there for me. He said he'd be a friend, so I just tried to give him a chance. He really manipulated them. I want them to forget. It was a few years later that my youngest, she came to me. She was laying in bed and I tucked her in bed that night, and I will never forget her beautiful blue eyes stared up at me going, "Mommy, I want a new daddy." I thought I was going to die. All I wanted to say was, "Me too, baby." Me too. But how was I supposed to do that? All of them have collapsed mentally at one point or other. There's nothing left of my kids. There's nothing left.
Refuse to eat, gain momentum toward their reseeding time in September, so you got to cut them in August. How about 94 acres of mowing in whatever temperature August brings? I won't mow in the morning, dew, or after.
My name's Jennifer Ash. I published under the name Jenna Ashland. My second book, called Sheila's Men, basically shares my story of surviving 9 years of an abusive marriage and kind of turns on how I survived that, and it's a fictionalized version, and I'm really hoping that it can help other women.
It was just a way for me to express everything that I'd been through, and it was a part of my healing process, because in writing it down as objectively as possible, you also relive it, and that helped me understand why I did the things that I did. It helped me see everything in a much broader perspective. And then about halfway through writing it, I realized that it was so much bigger and it wasn't just about me anymore. For a while I was suicidal. I often would just stare at the guardrail and, it would just take 30 seconds, just a couple seconds of bravery to put the pedal to the floor and head towards that guardrail and go over a cliff. I could not find a way out. And I'm very blessed that I did, because now I have a much better life.
Seeing real love, you don't allow your partner to pick their nose.
Do it for them.
That's what's important.
I feel like a princess in a fairy tale. He makes me so happy because every man's touch and every man's gaze was like icy cold and shivers. When it's him, I felt warmth for the first time. I see this future that I never thought could exist.